Hey everyone, welcome back, Starflag Media Gaming. My name is Anthony. I'm going to be talking about, again, the hottest topic of the last 2 weeks, and it is the future of Xbox and the future of Xbox consoles. So, Xbox consoles as a whole is pretty much done. It really is. We've seen this is an Xbox ad, and we've seen the video where I posted the CEO of Microsoft saying there are no more exclusives that are going to be really coming to Xbox. Everything is going to be, quote, on all devices, and they are, quote, redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan. Well, we're going to go into something that just happened, and we're seeing that now on January 7th, 2025, the Consumer Electronics Show, CES, is going to be having an event with Lenovo, and Lenovo is going to be showing off their new Lenovo Legion Go. And it seems that two things are happening. One, Steam OS is probably going to be on the Lenovo series of Legions, and that is really concerning for Microsoft because, as we know, those systems tend to openly use Windows as their operating system. But the next thing that it seems like Microsoft is actually moving towards is unity with Steam and Valve, right? So Valve being the parent company that creates Steam, and apparently they will be allowing Game Pass, either a portal into Steam or that Steam will work on Game Pass. Here we have an article from WindowsCentral.com, and as we know, they focus on everything to do with Microsoft Gaming, Xbox, everything that has to do with Microsoft. So they've changed some titles around as well. So we now have a new vice president of next gen, and they'll be at CES alongside Lenovo. And the article is, but what could this mean for Xbox's future? Now, I know a lot of you guys out there are hating on my idea, and that, Xbox is slowly but surely moving away from traditional consoles, and they are working on becoming a platform. So let's just read this article here. It says 2025 is looking to bring some interesting developments in the world of portable gaming devices. Lenovo is holding an event at CES 2025 on the future of gaming handhelds, and as seen in an email by The Verge, there's a couple of special guests in attendance. Pierre-Loup Graffet, I probably butchered that, one of the designers of the Steam Deck at Valve, will be at part of the presentation. Another big guest is Microsoft Jason Ronald, Vice President of Xbox Gaming Devices and Ecosystem. Eye-catchingly, Ronald is now being introduced as Microsoft's Vice President of Next Generation. And while we don't know exactly what he's there to talk about, we can certainly make some educated guesses. Now, notice something that was taken out of his title. What key word was taken out of Jason Ronald's title there? He used to be the Vice President of Xbox Gaming Devices, and now he is the Vice President of Next Generation. So what happened? Let's continue. Ronald will likely be discussing improvements made to Windows, specifically for new gaming handhelds. Running on Windows means players will have more flexibility in choosing to use services like PC Game Pass. But the Windows side of the experience is often cited as the weakest part of using the device, like the Lenovo Legion Go or the Asus ROG Ally. So what's the long-term play for Xbox and Windows handhelds? Remember, a couple of months back, we had the rumor that we were going to be getting an Xbox handheld. Well, this might be what the rumor actually is. Microsoft Gaming CEO, notice another thing. So his new title is Microsoft Gaming CEO, Phil Spencer. He used to be the CEO of Xbox Gaming. Remember that? It wasn't, 6 months ago? So that doesn't exist anymore. He previously confirmed that Xbox team is quite interested in building a dedicated handheld and is experimenting with different prototypes, but that it's currently years away from launching, quite similar to PlayStation handheld reportedly in development at Sony. Until such a first-party device materializes, Microsoft is looking to partner with different companies that already have handhelds in order to improve the experience of playing Xbox games on the go. Directly playing into the firm's recent "This is an Xbox" marketing campaign. We've even heard that Microsoft is exploring options. Now, this is big. Microsoft is exploring options around letting third parties build Xbox branded devices, something that could extend as far as letting them directly use the Xbox operating system. There's your next gen Xboxes, boys. Panasonic can make one. Lenovo can make one. Asus can make one. Nvidia can make one. So way back in the day, the 3DO was like that. You know, you had Panasonic making the main 3DO, but we had Gold Star making a version of the 3DO, and there were various versions of the 3DO that came out. The idea being that you can get a scaled version of those consoles. One was a little bit less expensive because it didn't have a disk drive. It was like a top loading system, and Microsoft could be doing something similar to that, where they grant these third parties an OS, and there's probably going to be tiers to the Xbox experience going forward. So if you wanted a new Xbox console, they can technically say, hey, yeah, we've got Xboxes. They're made by Panasonic and Samsung and Lenovo, and everybody can make one. Hell, even Sony could make one if they wanted to. And they'll run off of Xbox OS. So one might have a cheaper hard drive or less memory, or, you know, it'll be like a Series S and they'll be scalable. So it really seems like Xbox is looking at what Steam is doing and trying to copy that formula and making it a part of their Xbox ecosystem along with Game Pass. It's brilliant if you ask me, but it is the death of the traditional Xbox console. That's not to say that this isn't a brilliant move for a business. Microsoft is a business, and above all else, they don't owe anyone any loyalty. They're going to look at their bottom line, and they're looking to push their business forward, and a Netflix-like experience across multiple platforms. It's pure genius. When they lose sales on hardware, why not let somebody else take that risk on hardware? And we'll continue here. It says, these third-party Xbox devices could appeal to specific niches, providing a number of options with audiences or markets that Microsoft has previously struggled in. In this event, a hypothetical Xbox-branded handheld from a developer like Asus would actually be an Xbox, providing players access to the same library of games and the same services that they can use when playing on Xbox Series X or S console. Obviously, these yet hypothetical third-party Xbox devices would carry a number of questions. What does the certification process look like? Is there a minimum spec requirement to ensure that it can play all the same games? And what does the price range look like? So that, I do believe, will be something that Microsoft imposes, like, hey, here's the line, here's the standard. You can make it more powerful after that, like a PC. So, you know, if you have a PC and you have Steam, your game will say, okay, this is the minimum specs for the operating system, and or, you know, it'll be like, hey, this can run on Xbox Series A and up. You know, but it doesn't run on Series B and down, for example. So yeah, it's just an example, but yeah, that's probably in line with what they will do if this is the route that they decide to go on. And the article finishes up here. It says, for me, it's an intriguing concept, but one that only works if the experience is truly seamless. Right now, I can get close when playing games on my PC, but some friction remains and not everything carries over between versions of different games. There is some hope, with slow but steady improvement happening on that side of the equation. Bethesda and Machine Games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, introduced the ability to use a single universal Xbox save across the console and Steam versions of the game, and this is something I hope to see implemented across all future Xbox first-party titles. With a stacked lineup of games and a number of different irons in the fire for the overall platform, 2025 should provide some interesting light around Microsoft plans for Xbox. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know that this is going to rub a lot of Xbox fans the wrong way, but every single week, there is more and more evidence coming out that Xbox, Microsoft, is moving away from traditional consoles. They are looking to become a platform, a brand. Xbox will be a brand, and as we see, they are even shifting the names of their higher ups. You are no longer the president of Xbox Gaming. You're now the CEO of, or the president of Microsoft Gaming, and you're now the vice president of Next Gen. And they took the Xbox name right out of their titles. The writing has not only been on the wall for the last, in my opinion, 2 years that I've been streaming this on the channel, but it's now, they're just openly saying it now. But as always, it's a controversial subject, and I know that a lot of people are going to be rubbed the wrong way and going to be like, hey, they've been screaming that Xbox has been dead for 20 years. Well, again, Xbox itself is not dead. The brand will live on, much like Sega lives on. But as far as traditional Microsoft consoles, they're not going to be making consoles past this next generation. We're going to get one more, I do believe that, this next gen, and then after that, this third-party strategy where third parties make the consoles, that's probably what we're going to be looking at if you want to get an Xbox hardware. It'll be Xbox branded, like a Steam Deck or a Steam machine. Unlike these Lenovo Go's now have a Steam button on them. But we will find out at CES 2025 and January 7th. As always, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you disagree with what I'm saying, hey, leave a comment below. Let me know why you think that everything that Microsoft is telling you directly out of their own mouths, why they're wrong, and how they're going to be listening to you instead. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you guys next time.